All right, folks, welcome to another day with Mr. Flotus in the art classroom. Today we are going to be learning how to use oil pastels. I'm going to show you 6 different ways, well actually 5 different ways, and then the 6th one is an experiment. The first one, we're going to fade into white, so please go ahead and get out your white oil pastels and pick out any color you like. I'm going to go ahead and choose maybe red. And what we're going to do is get from a dark red into a light red. A pink sort of color, and this is called gradation. So I want you to go ahead and color in your first box, and you just color in regularly, but once you get towards the middle, I want you to sort of like fade where you don't put so much pressure. Now let's get our white, and we're going to go the opposite way until we fade into that and see how it mixes in very well. And what we're going to do is just keep on going back and forth until we have that gradation into that light to dark, until we can get that real nice light pink. And we're going to go back and forth until we get it real nice just the way we want, and see how it turns into that light and light, and it gets darker and darker on the left. Perfect. So that's exactly what I want to see. Go ahead and see if you can go ahead and fill in that whole box so we can get that real nice color transition. All right, I'll let you go ahead and finish that one. Let's go to the second one. I want you to pick 2 warm colors, and we're gonna blend them the same way we did that one. So 2 warm colors, I always think of fire. So let's go ahead and maybe let's do orange and yellow. All right, so on the left-hand part, I'm going to do orange, and I'm gonna let it get the darkest I can, and then sort of just fade in, and then towards the middle. And then I'm going to get my yellow, and then go the opposite way. Another way to mix these is you can kind of go in a circular motion. That way they can mix instead of just going left to right or up and down all the time. So let me go ahead and just make that nice transition. Let me make sure that color goes in well. Exactly what I want. That nice transition from dark to light, from orange to yellow. Awesome. Great. And don't worry if that color mixes in with the other one. It's supposed to do that. And so I like the way that one came out. Orange to yellow. All right, let's pick 2 colors and let's also blend them. Let's pick 2 cool colors, which are, let's do blue and light green. All right, so let's get our blue on this side, make it nice and dark. Try to stay within inside the lines. I know I just went out right there, but let's try to make it so we're nice and uniformed. All right, let me get my green. And when we get towards the middle, all you have to do is just blend them together, let those colors do their job. You can also do that circular motion like I was telling you about. Yes, exactly what we're looking for. You can just press a little bit lighter. And don't worry if you think you messed up. This is all just practice. This is all just experimenting and seeing how they work and how we can use these to blend. Awesome, I like the way that one came out. All right, now I want you to try fading 3 colors. How could you do that? You can do warm or cool. Let's try to do, I'm gonna do purple, blue, and then maybe a yellow on the side. So let's do purple on this one. And I'm gonna do this circular motion. Sorry, I just went outside the lines right there. Then I'm going to do blue. And then I'm going to do yellow. And what does yellow and blue make? That's correct, yellow and blue makes green. So we should get that nice transition from blue to yellow to green to yellow. And I can't wait to see how that comes out. Awesome, look how those colors blend and they make that color. And this purple and blue are just gonna make like a really nice fade into that dark purple, that nice blue purple. Awesome. See how you can also mix these colors? I love the way that came out. All right, let's go into dot mixing, which is I'm gonna more introduce you to. With dot mixing, we're gonna go more into the style of Vincent van Gogh and how he used his colors to mix. So dot mixing is not very much like stippling. We are not pressing down super hard. We are just really doing the same approach with blending, but we're only using dots and lines. So I'm gonna use, you can use whatever color you want, but I'm going to do yellow and blue and maybe some white and maybe some pink. And then we move further towards the middle, we can see how they can color into each other and make that nice green color without even having to like really rough it. Blend them together. All we're doing is creating those dots. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get white and see what happens. And all of a sudden, look, it starts to get lighter. What happens if I add maybe some peach to that? Some light peach pink, and we get a whole other color. Wow, look how those colors mix well. And it's all by making those, I'm not really pressing hard, it's just those little tapping noises really, but no one should be pressing down and breaking them. What happens if I get a little bit of blue and go over that? I really like the way that one came out. Now for experiment, I want you to do some color mixing. Do you know what happens when you mix blue and red together? Yes, that's correct. Blue and red make purple. So can you make purple by mixing blue and red and see what happens? You get that real nice dark purple. All right, folks, I can't wait to see how these come out. All right, folks, one thing I wanted to mention to you as far as cleanup, you will get this on your hands. Be very careful, it will stain your clothes. So these little marks right here, you can simply just make them come off with a rag. And also you can just wash your hands at the end of class as well. This will come off with soap and water. But see how it's really coming off with this rag, and that's a really quick way to clean them. Also, if your oil pastel isn't the way you want it and it's pretty messy, all you have to do is get the rag and sort of just go over it and clean it, and it comes off just like that and becomes nice and clean. I really wouldn't recommend this too much because then it'd be full of just this oil and wax. Also, you're gonna have these little crumbs. So do not blow it off your paper. Do not just put it on your table. What I would do is just go over it with the color box. And you'll notice these little pieces will fall off. And just throw this into your color box. Try not to make it fall onto your chair as well, because if you sit on it, it will stain your clothes. All right, folks, I can't wait to see how these come out. Good luck.